Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Cave of Collectibles. I have something really special today. As you will notice, I'm not in my usual space because quite simply, I do not have room to do this unboxing like I normally would because this is absolutely massive. My Prime 1 statue unboxing is finally here. This will be the centerpiece of my collection for the foreseeable future. Now, it actually came in two boxes. This is box 1 of 2, and this is unit number 104 of 750. And this is the top box, which is a small box, and the bottom box down here is the big box. And I have put the Sideshow Supergirl statue there just for scale, so you can get an idea of just how big and massive this thing actually is. Because these boxes stacked on top of each other are almost 2 meters tall, and this thing weighs a ton. So this is actually the Prime 1 Studios Deathstroke, the comic version, not the Arkham Knight version. And man, this thing is a beast, and I cannot wait to show it all to you. So I hope you guys all enjoy this video and enjoy the bit of, not the typical sort of unboxing I do, but where we live, I just don't have space to film boxes these big. It's just simply impossible. You can just see how big these boxes are compared to the Sideshow box right there. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoy this video. So I will cut and then we'll get started. So here we are. We're now upstairs, and this is the base, or rather part of the base, on which Deathstroke will stand, and the base alone is absolutely massive. This is where I'll have him displayed. I'll have him next to my sort of reading couch. I've got him in a IKEA stuva. I've got it on some little risers there. And there'll be some great height here, so he'll be sitting about halfway up my wall. And man, this base is incredibly detailed. It is absolutely incredibly detailed. Now, because this base is so large, it won't fit completely straight like that when I'm putting it together in the video. There's actually a piece, you'll see it later, I'll explain it to you later. It'll probably be easier that way, but man, look at these details, look at the skulls on the base. Look at all of that, and the size of it. Look at the detail in there. Those skulls are massive. That's one of the skulls compared to my hand. And then look at the face of the Grim Reaper here as well, next to my hand for scale as well. That face alone is as big as my hand. This base is incredible. Now you might have to bear with me a bit in this unboxing, or this assembly guide more than anything else. All the bits are out of the box now, just because it's so darn big. There might be a bit of cutting in it to make sure the video flows smoothly, and some details over the back of the base. You can see all the rock texture there. You'd almost call it a bit like a statue in a cemetery, sort of, with the detailing and the sort of Grim Reaper poking out of the rocks. It almost looks like it's carved there. More skulls at the back. And an absolutely massive peg hole there for the foot of Deathstroke. If we come over here, you can see all the different pieces I've laid out for Deathstroke. So this isn't including the body, and you can see all of the different pieces here. I'll take you through them all as we go together, or we assemble him, but all the different weapon options. There's 2 different weapons for each arm, different swords, different guns, different arms. He's got like 3 different arms there, and all these pieces here are for the base. And coming over here, we have the body itself, but you can't get a great view there. I just rested it there while we're putting it together. I just wanted to grab my tape measure so we can just see how high the base is before anything's on there. So you're looking at about a foot, so 12 inches or a little bit over 12 inches, or about 32 centimeters. Also, sorry, the camera angle's not great, so it's not showing the right height, but that is one massive base already. This piece is like, will be absolutely massive when it's done. So simply to put Deathstroke in, you've just got to slide the peg in there and it fits completely snug. Right there, it's completely flush. And on the back down there, you have his foot sitting where his footprint was on the rock. And if you come out, man, you can see how big and dynamic this statue is already. If you come here, you can see all the detail on the chest. But we'll have a look at it all at the end. This is one massive statue. Here we've got part of the base as well. The hand of the Grim Reaper. I mean, look at the size of that. Almost the size of my hand right there as well. And simply, this just slots into the hole right above those skulls right there. Like that. Nice strong magnet. Like that is not going anywhere. I've had to move the statue on a bit of an angle so I can fit all the base in. Here we've got the next part of the base. What Grim Reaper is complete without a scythe? This is part of the handle here, and you can see the statue sort of mentality or style that they've gone with all the cracking in the sculpt there. You can see all the dirt in the gaps. The detail on this piece is absolutely phenomenal. It is one incredible statue. And this piece just simply goes in the hand slot at the other side, get the angle right, and the magnet should just snap it into place. There we go, like that. So if you come back, you can get an idea of how it is sitting and looking so far. And here we've got the actual scythe for the Grim Reaper. The peg there is how it attaches into the base. Going up and down there, you can see all the detail of the skull on sort of where it connects with the wooden pole that comes out of it. And there is a little hole at the back there right next to his foot. And that just will slide into there. Now, this is why I've had to put it on an angle, so I can actually get that in while I'm doing the unboxing. I won't display it with that bit attached just to save a bit of room, because when you come back, you can see how long it is, and unless you've got an absolutely massive room or a massive amount of display space for this, it will not fit. You can see it doesn't join there, but it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be an aged and weathered statue, as you can see, obviously from all the details along there. But man, I'm absolutely loving the presence of this piece so far. Here we've just got a holster for one of his pistols. Bit of ammo up the top. Give you a close-up of all the detail. You can see all the texture in the material. All the weathering on the gun. And you can see the massive peg where it just simply slots into Deathstroke's leg. I think next we will attach his twin swords. Look at them. Look at the detail there. The cloth on the scabbards of the swords. The strap holding the two crossed in his back. And look at the detail on the hilts there as well. It is phenomenal. Man, this statue is going to look incredible. And this just slots into the hole on his back with a bit of help, and there we go. And already you can see the presence this statue is going to have in the room. Next we've got his scarf, as you can see. Man, that looks awesome. The bits on the side are actual cloth, but the rest of it is actually sculpted, so it's all hard. You've got a little peg on the back which slots up there with the magnet like usual, and that just holds into place and sits really, really well on the actual statue itself. Now we'll grab one of the arms. So this here is his right arm. He's got one right arm and two left arms, depending on what weapon he holds in his left hand. But this, you can see the size of that magnet and peg there. It just simply slots up there. And that is an incredibly strong magnet, and it will hold it in place. Here we've got his shoulder pads. You can see the bullets on the side, the detail, the weathering. Man, look at the paint job on that. It is flawless. It is absolutely flawless. And this will simply just slot into the hole on his shoulder like that. Now, if we come back over here and have a look at his other arms, which we've got left, we've got two different right arms, depending on which weapon he's actually going to hold in his right arm. You can pose it up and you can have him holding the rifle, or you can pose it more of a sideways down angle and have him holding the sword. I think we'll begin by giving him the sword because let's have a stabby Deathstroke. That will look awesome. Very similar to the other side. It's got the massive peg, which just goes in like that, and the arm will sit there like that. And he's got two different shoulder pads for his left arm. Yeah, left. Depending on what weapon he's holding. This is the one which he'll wear when he's got the sword in his left arm. As you can see, the left shoulder pad has a silver trim. The right shoulder pad has an orange trim, which I think just adds a lot to the statue. And simply like the other shoulder, it just slots in when you get the magnet correct, in the correct position like that. And you can see how awesome that looks. He has two separate heads. This is the regular one, not the exclusive. This is his masked head, where it's more just like almost like a ski mask that he pulls over. You can see the stretch marks around his face. You can see his eye poking through there. And I wasn't a massive fan of this head to begin with and thought I'd always display the other one. But actually seeing it in person, I really, really like this. So we'll work out which one I want to display it with long term. It's easy enough to swap around, so you just slot it in like that. And each head comes with the little ribbons out the back. Just match up the colours. There's a little peg, I'll see if I can show you, in the back of his helmet, head, whatever you want to call it, and that will just slot in there. And there we go, you can get the effect like that. The flowing ribbons out the back of his helmet, which just adds another level of dynamicness to the statue. And here we've got one of his swords. This sword slots into his left arm. It's a shorter sword. Now the sword blade itself is actually metal, so it's got a bit of weight to it. And you've got a key on top of that, so it will only slot in one way to his wrist. And just simply like that. Now to make him a stabby Deathstroke, we'll grab the other sword and show you what that looks like. This is his other sword. Bit longer. Actually really long. As long as my forearm. And this one, simply like the other one, just slots into the wrist. And bam, there you go. There is the completed Deathstroke with the swords. And it is one massive statue. It is absolutely massive. Look at the sides of that. If you can see the sideshow statues below it, it absolutely dwarfs them. Like, it absolutely dwarfs them. It puts them to shame. The detail is incredible on here. The belt buckles, the armor plating, the weapons, the holsters, absolutely everything is beyond phenomenal here. The base itself is absolutely massive as well, which probably doubles the height of the statue. Because as you can see, it's not a museum pose, and for a third scale statue, that is incredible. He's actually leaning forward, crouched down on top of the statue. So without the base, he actually wouldn't be the tallest statue. I'll see if I can grab a height for you. So there we are. We're probably looking at just under 30 inches, 29.5 inches with the swords. So we'll get rid of the tape measure. Now we'll show you his other weapons. And here he is with his weapons switched out. So we've got a shooty Deathstroke here. As you can see, the rifle adds a lot more height. With the rifle, he comes just shy of about 35 inches. And in his other arm, he's got his pistol. So this is one impressive statue, guys. I'll give you a close-up of this face as well, because I switched out the face to show you all. I reckon this is the face which I'm going to leave him with for a while. I think the mask like this seems a bit more modern. Seems like it actually offers a bit more protection than something he just pulls over his face, but if you have a healing factor, that's not really applicable, is it? So, I reckon I will cut quickly and give him the weapons I reckon I'll leave it displayed with for a while. This is how I think I'll have him armed for the moment. Have the best of both worlds. Have the nice long sword at the bottom. Have him crouching up, holding his rifle, looking like he's about to strike. Heavily armed, ready to attack whoever's foolish enough to walk in front of him. So, before we finish the video, I just want to give you a few close-ups. Just so you guys can appreciate just how detailed this statue is. The paint job is absolutely flawless. I have not seen any overrun, any errors at all. His armor is so battle-worn. It looks incredible. Deathstroke looks like he has seen a lot of action. And the amount of detail that's gone into the sculpt as well. You can see the little nicks in the sword at the tip. Look, if I can get it to focus on the sword tip and not the base, there we go. So you can see that this guy has actually seen some action. All the battle damage on the armor, the textures for the different parts of his armor. This is going to be one awesome centerpiece. I was really lucky as well. I ordered it from Pop Culture in Australia. As soon as I ordered, it went out of stock off the site, so I presume it was the only one they had in. So I don't even want to think about how much this statue is going for now. It is the most expensive statue in my collection, but I've got to say it is worth it. It is one really, really special piece. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to see some more close-ups or some pictures and stuff of Deathstroke, let me know. I'd be more than happy to show him off. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, do all of that, guys. I really appreciate every subscriber I get. Otherwise, guys, I hope you're enjoying the journey on my channel, and I will see you all in the next video.